Friends, today I wanted to talk about some interesting strategies followed by financial planner like us. Yeah, I'm talking about the asset allocation strategies. There are three major types of asset allocation, which are strategic asset allocation, then the tactical allocation, then the dynamic asset allocation. Let me explain this. What is strategic asset allocation? Somebody who is coming to invest and has got a goal and cash flow requirement in mind. Based on its risk profile, we will decide how much in equity, how much in debt, how much in other asset classes, so that we will maintain this exposure depending on his risk profile and this, based on his behavioral pattern also. So by doing this, what happens is sometimes equity run up, we will book profit and come into the other asset class which has got low valuation. For example, say like somebody has got 60% in equity, 30% in debt, 10% in gold, something like that. Then if equity runs up to 65%, we will bring down to 60% and book that profit from 65% to 60% and make that remaining amount to either invested in debt or gold or international equities depending on his asset allocation. This is the strategic asset allocation where the optimal asset allocation based on its risk profile is being built throughout the term of the investment. Next comes the interesting part, which is the tactical asset allocation. What is tactical asset allocation? For example, say like they see a good investment opportunity. Say, let me say, currently financial services as a sector is looking attractive compared to the broader markets, compared to the major indices. So, if he is taking in tactical allocation by increasing exposure to the sectors which are into financial services, what happens is he will increase the exposure, and once the sector ran up, he will book profit and come back to the original allocation. This is like timing the market based on the valuation metrics. It could be on price to book, it could be on price to earning, it could be on market cap to GDP and other factors. This is a tactical asset allocation where some of the investors wants to have frequent action, but it should not be done very frequently. It should be done whenever there is a valuation gap in the indices. That comes the tactical allocation, asset allocation. The third comes the dynamic asset allocation. Dynamic asset allocation usually takes the contrarian strategy, or we will also call it counter-cyclical strategy, where what happens is that whenever the equity market goes up, the fund manager reduces the exposure to equity, and whenever the debt valuation is available at discount, he will increase it. So what happens is he will always try to look at buying low and selling high, and by maintaining this strategy, the optimal asset allocation return can be utilized in a portfolio. That is what the dynamic asset allocation funds, balance advantage funds, all these funds will do, which is done by the fund manager. Whereas as a financial planner perspective, we will be more focused on the strategic asset allocation as well as dynamic asset allocation. To understand which asset allocation helps you to plan your investment, to get in touch, more than happy to help.